What would I say to him? You're a tall son of a bitch. Now, Bob Kane, with Bill Finger, created a superhero that wasn't super in any way. He just had a great costume. He was also the greatest detective in the world. Being the greatest detective in the world and having a great costume, you can forgive that he's not a superhero. He's not struck by lightning or whatever the rest of that stuff is. He's just a great hero, and he wears a bat costume. A lot of us could think, well, that's not a superhero. But you know what he is? Where Superman is over here and is at this end of the bookcase, and then we have the bookcase of superheroes. At this end of the bookcase, we have Batman, who is not a superhero at all. Because Batman is an Olympic champion. He could run the decathlon. He could do the archery. He could do all those things and he would probably either be runner-up or winner of most of those events because he is so dedicated to be physically perfect. He is the greatest detective in the world. When he's behind that lab thing, and he's like putting stuff together and bringing screens up, and he's finding things that nobody else knows, and he's coming up with surprises when he's really that detective, and then he goes out and he does the thing that he has to do. And he is me at my best, at my very best. And that's what he's supposed to be. That's why we love him. That's why we like him as a friend. We believe in him. We think that he will do his best. This is one of those things that only can be told by history. This is great. This is wonderful. Well, 10 years from now, is it still great and wonderful? I have a book, Superman versus Muhammad Ali. It may be one of the best comic books ever done. And people bring it to me now to sign, and it's falling apart in my hands because of reading. That was done 35, 40 years ago. So this is a sign of the history of this character. You can come up with a comic book character and say, mine's the greatest comic book character ever done. No, this has stood the test of time. I never thought that Batman would go away. That there's things in my life that I think are stupid and would never happen. That we would have comic book conventions, and that it would become I would be right and everybody in the world would be wrong, and that comic books would last forever. Those things are a surprise to me. That Batman would go on, not a surprise. He is the other end of the bookshelf, where Superman is here, Batman is here, and everything else is in between. He is not a superhero. He is Batman.